Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make blue cheese, walnut, and organic black quinoa stuffing. Now I'm using this for poultry today. I'm actually going to stuff some rock Cornish hens. I have 4 of them, and I've already cooked up my black organic quinoa. Make sure you check out the tutorial for how to cook organic black quinoa if you need some extra help. Now I used 4 cups of liquid, 2 of which was chicken stock, 2 cups of water, and then I used 2 cups of the organic black quinoa. After that came up to a boil. Make sure that you're rinsing your quinoa off under cold water before you do anything in a strainer. Make sure you use a fine sieve so that they don't fall through. And you want that liquid, the water, to be clear as it's coming out of the strainer. You want to wash any debris off of that and any saponins that might get stuck there. You don't want quinoa that is gunky and clumpy. So this is actually nice and light and fluffy, and I'm going to just show you. It's really light and fluffy, and it's just falling apart. Now I only have the raw Cornish hens tonight that I'm going to be using the stuffing. So I don't need a lot because they're tiny little cavities. So I'm probably going to use maybe 2 cups of my quinoa here, the cooked quinoa, and I need it to cool so I can actually use my hands, right, to stuff these guys. That looks pretty good. I'm guessing that would probably be enough. Now I have leftovers for another beautiful dish tomorrow, something that's nice and healthy. Now I seasoned things very basically while I was cooking my quinoa. A little bit of salt in the water. Of course, the chicken broth helped a lot with flavor. I had a bay leaf in there and some freshly ground pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper at this point, freshly ground, maybe another ½ teaspoon or so. A dash or 2 of cayenne pepper just for a tiny bit of spice. I have between 1/8 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup. I'm near 1/4 of a cup of walnuts. Now I've taken them out of the shells and I've just crushed them with my mallet into little bitty chunks, okay? I know, little chunks that you'd want to see in your stuffing. I don't want to overwhelm us with the nuts because the main point of the stuffing is the black quinoa, right? It's the big base. Now I don't want to use a whole lot of walnuts in here because I'm also using a fantastic oil. This is from Napa Valley Vinegar Company, and it's their walnut infused oil blend. You can find them online at winecountryKitchens.com, and this stuff is awesome. You can use it something like an extract, like you would use vanilla extract, except it's an oil. It is typically a finishing oil, however it imparts a lot of flavor. So I'm going to use just a little bit of this, maybe a teaspoon's worth in the stuffing, and it's going to do a world of good with this flavor. I don't need to measure it up. I'm just going to eyeball it. Don't overdo it because it'll be overwhelming. Oh, it's so walnutty in such a pleasant way. It is really concentrated flavor. Boy, that's good. Now, this is an oil blend. There is canola oil, extra virgin olive oil, walnut oil, and natural walnut flavoring in here. And man, it is so good. So I'm just going to stir that through right now. Pick out my bay leaf that I found. I just want to see flecks of the walnuts. Obviously you can use as many as you want, but I'm happy with that kind of mix. It looks really good, and it's going to give just a nice little hint of crunch. The quinoa is nice and kind of, I dare say, crunchy. It's not crunchy, but it does have a nice bite to it for sure. Oh, beautiful. So I'm going to wait before I add the blue cheese, and I'm going to use some gorgeous gorgonzola tonight, and I actually ate some of it today with my pears. This is my favorite snack, pears with truffle honey. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I have some left, a nice little wedge, and we're going to chunk that into literally into chunks, put that into the stuffing once this cools off dramatically. I'm actually going to reserve a little bit to the side that does not have the blue cheese because maybe not everybody enjoys blue cheese, and they don't in our house, so that's okay. The rest of them are going to be blue cheese stuff. So we're going to let this sit for just a moment until it's cool. So do a quick taste test with your stuffing. I'm going to add just a little bit more of this awesome oil, maybe another teaspoon, so 2 teaspoons altogether. And now I'm going to chip away at my blue cheese, my gorgonzola, and I'm just going to add little tiny chunks. It's going to kind of melt in there, but I want to keep like kind of little areas that are just blue cheese. So I don't want it to be completely combined evenly. I want some nice chunks in there. If you love blue cheese, go ahead and go crazy. If you only just kind of like blue cheese, add just a hint of it. It's a really nice combination. It's not just going to be, wow, that's blue cheese. It's going to be the combo of the walnut, the blue cheese, the quinoa, as well as the Cornish hen. The flavors are all going to go in there. And I'm basting my Cornish hens with a Bordeaux cherry balsamic. And what a flavor combination this is going to be. A triumph. Beautiful. I think that that's pretty good. Maybe just a couple more little chunks. So go ahead and stir that through. You want the blue cheese evenly dispersed, at least, not melted or anything like that, but just evenly dispersed. I might add just a couple more chunks now that I'm looking at it. Oh, I love blue cheese. Now, if you don't want to use blue cheese, you can use another kind of cheese. I would say you could even use like Havarti. You could use Swiss. You could even go Mexican or Tex-Mex with this and use some Monterey Jack. There are no set rules with cooking. You can do whatever it is that you enjoy or your family enjoys or whatever you have on hand. You know, sometimes you just have to make do with what you've got at the house. You don't have all the ingredients you may wish you had. Perfect. That looks gorgeous. And there you have it. You can see the flecks of it. The quinoa is really stuck to these little bits of blue cheese. So they're in there. Don't worry about it. But that's how you do it. That's how you make a blue cheese, walnut, and organic black quinoa stuffing. This is going to be phenomenal. So let's do one more little quick taste test. Make sure you get a little piece of the blue cheese. That is A1. So I guess you'll see what I think of the stuffing after I roast the little hens, okay? So in the meantime, let's get these birds stuffed. All right, my stuffing is ready. The blue cheese, walnut, black quinoa stuffing, and I'm ready to go. So we're gonna stuff these guys and make them happy. Be generous with your stuffing. And I'm just gonna use my hands. They're your best tools. Okay, that's why I like to do it on the baking sheet first before you even try to put that in the roasting pan, because you don't want quinoa all on the outside of your birds. That's gonna burn and it's not gonna be tasty. Mess around and get bitter on you and you're not gonna be happy. So go ahead, do it on here. Try and keep that quinoa all in the cavity only. Oh, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so delicious. Now push that in. When you make quinoa, make sure you make extra so that you have more for tomorrow. It's so easy to make, and then you're already prepared ahead of time. All right, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to put one of the apples in here to hold that stuffing in. And I'm going to do my best to wrap that skin around the apple to keep it in there, okay? Then I'm going to brush that quinoa off as best I can and into my roasting pan with the breast side up. And then rinse and repeat on the other birds, okay? Just get them stuffed. Now, if you want to serve it individually on plates, it still looks just as beautiful. Look at that, very impressive. You should have seen everyone's eyes when I brought them one of them tonight. Anyhow, gorgeous, right? Let me take that apple off so you can see what that beautiful stuffing looks like. Oh yeah, with the blue cheese and the walnuts. Oh man, what a treat. And there you go. Look at that. Oh, awesome. Well, if you want to learn how to make these little potatoes, make sure you check out my show for how to roast Little Gems potatoes with rosemary and sea salt flakes. They're really, really good. And it was really easy to make them alongside your Cornish hens. Now, let's take a delicious taste. First, I want to try this stuffing. Just the right amount of walnut, and it's not overpowering because I'm not really crazy about walnuts, but I do like a hint of walnut. Beautiful. Perfect with the blue cheese. Unbelievable. What a great addition to a stuffing. Something you definitely would not expect. It's good. The quinoa is perfect. It's just a little bit crunchy-ish, but still tender and perfect. Beautiful. So what a delicious stuffing. I hope that you try this out too. And you don't just have to use poultry for it. You could use it with inside of pork chops. You could roll it into anything. You could use the same kind of idea with fish or something, right? delicious. You're gonna love this. Make sure you check out winecountrykitchens.com for their amazing nut infused oil blends. They also have a truffle one. Delicious. Check out my reviews on them. You're gonna love these guys. Really, really delicious. You only need a little bit. You see, I've only used a little bit, and I've done a bunch of recipes because you only need just a hint of it, like a teaspoon, just like you would add vanilla extract. It is that intense and that perfect. The flavor is so lovely. That's a great stuffing. So that's how you do it, folks. That's how you make a blue cheese, walnut, and organic black quinoa stuffing. You're gonna love it, all right? That's it. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. You can find my channel on Roku, Cooking with Kimberly, and I'm also syndicated on Apple TV. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.